Hey, Rim.
Trying to get a speed team tonight. You've had matchups against a lot of physical teams lately. Dallas may be a speed team. Have you seen a team that's sort of all over speed like this?
I don't think there's many slow teams in the league. I think the key with this team is not letting them have speed from 140 feet with turnovers. I think they're very good in transition. If they're going to get something, we can't give them anything for free from 140 feet.
Does that difference in style of play dictate what you guys do when you go heavy team versus speed team? Expectations different?
We are concerned about our game, and we talk about making sure teams play on 200 feet all the time against every team. At least this group here, this coaching staff and this group here, we 95% of thinking is about our game. And so we're going to continue to try to get better as our team is.
First period the other day, like Lars told me on the bench, the issue was they weren't skating to start the game. You can't afford not to be skating against the team.
No, and as I said, I don't think we played, as I watched the tape, I don't think we played well throughout that game. And I've tried 10 different things from Sunday when you come off a long trip, how you get your team ready to play that next game, different things to get them to play with some energy. And it always seems to be just tough sledding for you through that first game. There's certainly no excuse for us tonight as far as how we have to play. And so we'll see where we go.
You've got Jenner, Dubinsky, Atkinson back together again. What needs to happen there for that line to start driving offensively?
Well, I think they need to. That's a forechecking line. I don't think really through most of the minutes when they've played together, they've had the puck enough. And that's their identity. Jens is a guy that needs to be on the body, having the puck under the hash. Cam's a little bit different type of player, but he also plays in that. That's when that line works. So I'm going to put them back together. I changed the lines towards the end of the game of the third period the other night. Liked what I saw, although Sam was involved in it too. But I'm still trying to find a way to get Doobie and him to get going. So we'll try to put them together again after they've been apart for a few games and see what happens.
The numbers haven't been there offensively for Jenner and Dubinsky. Are you okay with the rest of their game?
Yeah, I think, you're asking a coach. A coach is never okay. A coach always wants more from their players, not just those two, but from all their players. We're a team that we're 4-3-1. Have made steps in the right directions. I want more from all players in all areas. Those two guys, Doobie's done some good things killing penalties. Hasn't really been on the ice that much in the power play. Our first unit's done most of that work. But they're treading water as far as I'm concerned. I don't think they've been terrible, but I think they need to have something good happen emotionally for them here, to get more emotional into the game. And you sometimes, as a player, you say, I'm just going to go about my business and not panic. Sometimes you have to say, you know what, that's not working. Maybe I need to step it up a notch. And so we'll see how it works.
Back to that speed question, John. You've got some guys on your team with speed, Calvin, Cam, Lucas said like pretty fast.
Mm-hmm.
Do you give those guys more minutes, or do you not want to get caught in that kind of track meet kind of deal where it's
No, I don't look at it as 3 or 4 guys. You're getting caught up in that speed game. This is a fast league. This game is no different how we're preparing for any other team. It's a fast league. I think we just have to be cognizant of Montreal. Their transition game is something we don't want to feed into. That's all. We're not going to overthink this. Again, we're concerned about our game and how we're going to play, especially after what I didn't think we played well at all through the last game.
Your Price is such a great goaltender. Is there kind of a price effect with guys where with great goalies you try to do too much sometimes and too perfect?
We don't approach it that way. I think that's a question you have to ask the players. give the guy credit. He is one hell of a player, and has been for quite a while here. And you certainly have to respect that. I'm not on the ice with him, against him. I think that's a question you ask the players. As far as preparing, I think he can move the puck pretty well too. We try to keep the puck away from him if we can. But we're not going to overthink it. I think if you give too much information, that's when players start really thinking. I want us to, it's a hurdle that we have to get over here. And I think we've taken steps in the right direction, is that we have to feel when we go out on the ice every night that we're a good, caught myself. A few years ago, Rem, I would have said it, right? So, but we're a good team, and we can beat anybody. And I don't think I think we're taking steps in the right direction. I want us to have a little bit of swagger, the right type of swagger every night. And you get that when you have success. We're taking baby steps as far as the beginning of the year here, finding our way. But yeah, so that's, just want us to have that type of personality, not to worry about too much about the other team.
The crowd the other night was kind of small. Is it tougher sometimes to get up for games at home with a small crowd than it is on the road where you're the...
Hey, you know what? Win. Crowds won't be small. You can try all the different gimmicks, this, that, the other thing, and all. You need to win. And then this will be a really exciting building to play in if we win. And so you can talk about a lot of different things about the, quite honestly, I think the fans have been fantastic to us. Since I've been here, they've been fantastic through a little bit of a bumpy road. So if we want a live building all the time, the onus is on us as an organization to win more consistently. I can't hear you because the guy's banging around up there in the camera. I'm sorry?
Yeah, Zach Werenski, 19 years old, 8 points in 8 games. When the makes on the ice to be so successful at 19 years old?
He's got a maturity about him for a 19-year-old kid playing the toughest position in our game, defense. There's not too much that bothers him, and as I always talk to our guys, he's not afraid to make a mistake. I think that's as we talk about swagger and attitude, I think he has that type of attitude. He's very confident in his abilities, and he's a very skilled guy. So very exciting for us as he started the year. And a long year, there's going to be some swoons here also for him, playing such a tough position. We have to watch him and not put him into situations where we may be hurting him. But right now, he's taking it and run with it. And so we're going to let him go.
Is it a big challenge for a coach to start the season with 2 rookies at the middle?
No. This is a team that we're down there. We've been in the basement, and at least this coach here, I've wanted as many kids on this team as we possibly could have this year. They needed to earn their spot. I think it's the youngest D-corps in the league right now. But I think that's a really good thing for the situation this organization is in trying to build and get a solid foundation to win and win consistently. They're all with us here now, and we're going to do it together. So I'm really thrilled about that. There are going to be nights where I'm not so thrilled, where we have some struggles, but that's where I need to be a better coach and keep my patience, because I think I need to look at the big picture too. I can't get caught up in the noise around us or expectations or people wanting us to win now, and we need to coach this team the proper way to where we get into a good situation that we can win for a while. And I think some of the kids that have been brought in, it's a pretty good foundation that we can work with.
Coach, regarding that, why do you think that a lot of 18 years old, 19 years old kids are ready to step in the National Hockey League and face the competition?
Yeah, I was asked that question yesterday. I really don't have an answer. I just think it's really gone to a young man's game. I don't think it's as physical as it used to be. I think that allows for some of these young kids that haven't matured physically to handle some of the games because of their skill and speed, and where they don't have to handle all the checking and some of the stuff that went on back in the day. I still think we need some of that still back in our game, but I think that opens the door for more skill and more speed, and not the strength of the game. And listen, it is. Our athletes are they're just great athletes. They're skilled, they're fast, and it's a situation where the game is changed to that direction to open doors for more young kids to come in.
Are they different mentally than they were when you started?
Well, I think they are much more prepared. I think they. I got to be careful I say this, because I like some of the old school stuff when you play guilty and maybe you're not in the best shape, or you had a tough night before and you play guilty. I think that's a big part of the game that's gone. These guys are ready. They are taken care of with strength coaches and their entourage during the summer, and they are ready to come into the game. So, and that's good. It's their livelihood, and I think in the big picture, they are more secure with their conditioning and all the things that come with it. But I still think some of that old school stuff, where maybe a guy isn't totally in shape but has a mental toughness that, I screwed up the last game, I'm going to find a way to get it done this game. I still think there's a place for that in our game.
Lineup changes?
Same lineup. Yep. Okay, thanks, guys.